He and Steven Gerrard are even money now, joint favourites to be the next Rangers manager. Fans will remember that when he was in charge of Salzburg, Rosa took on Celtic and obviously got dolled up in his Celtic gear, and that looks like a Rangers manager to me, Swanee.
We said it last night, didn't we? That'll be the very first pic. That picture is etched there forever.
That'll be the Celtic fans' tifo if he does become
end of interview.
Every rose has its thorn.
Oh, there you go. That's for a newspaper.
Very good, yeah.
But Swanee, Gerrard, did you see anything in that? That seems odd to me. But
listen, we talk about these managerial betting things all the time. Daniel, I've spoken about it before. I could go into £1.27 and Russell Martin and he'd be 1 to 5. I mean, these markets are just so flimsy that the liquidity in the market. I'm sorry, I'm going into all betting terminology there, but honestly, it's.
I'm here for
it. No, I'm not. I mean, you will at some point the Betfair exchange. You will get other exchanges are available. I think I should probably say that. But when the price crashes there, eventually at some point, then we'll finally get to the bottom of it. But I mean, just like you've got the list on the screen just now. Some fascinating names there.
Sean Dyche, I think, is one that I think would do really well at Rangers. I think
that's a great shout, Daniel. I think Sean Dyche would be a brilliant Rangers manager.
Kind of fits in my head. I don't really know why, but I just think that would be a good fit.
Work ethic, ethos, straight talking. That was everything that Sean Dyche was all about, from what we've been told during his time at Burnley and at Everton. And obviously he was tagged with a certain style of football, which perhaps wasn't easy on the eye for people. But then there was always the counter argument that he was having to deal with the situations he was in and the players he had and the teams he had, that they were kind of generally fighting against things. And that's the type of football you have to play in those situations. And would he be a better manager and play a different style of football if he was coaching a team that was near the top of a league with better players than their counterparts that they're playing against? So I think Dyche has always come across as a just good straight up fella. I think you would have had dealings with him, Scott, wouldn't you, when Aberdeen played Burnley? Am I right there?
Aberdeen played Burnley, yeah.
Comes across great, I think.
Yeah, but the one span on that works is that I don't think he's that close to Kevin Thelwell. Speaking to people who have worked with them both, I don't think at times they always see so eye to eye in terms of players. Obviously, some of the foreign players that came in, I think, came in and didn't play as much. They may be playing more now under the David Moyes, but never really got a chance under Sean Dyche. So I'm not convinced that would be a runner. I could be totally wrong, but it's just the information I was told. And on the time, at the end of his time at Goodison Park wasn't great, and the relationship, were they both pulling in the same direction? I don't know. But
I should add, I wasn't putting him forward for the job. I was just merely talking about how he is as a manager.
As a person, yes, he's very good, sort of thing. Yeah. He's very good, and obviously well thought of at Burnley because he's got a pub named after him, isn't he? So
yes,
he's bad.
Yes, and that's interesting what you say, though, Scott. Do you think that will have quite a big bearing on how the new system works at Rangers, and the fact that Kevin Thelwell will have a massive say, and any manager that comes in is going to have to deal with that, or do you think it'll be different?
No, I think, obviously he's going to be central to that, along with the 49ers, you know what I mean, and Andrew Cavendish. These guys, I believe there's a meeting in Glasgow today, the next couple of days, isn't there? The 49ers are coming up to push things along, sort of thing. So, no, I think that together they'll come up with a name. I think they'll want a name that excites the fans, you know what I mean? They'll want somebody who, it's a first appointment, won't it? They'll want something that will excite the fans, and the fans can unite and get behind, sort of thing. And I think that will be a big name, or somebody at least with a proven record. You know what I mean? I know we looked at the betting odds there, and if you look at the betting odds, if you look at that, it's quite close to that sort of fake leaked document that was going about on the social media channels last night, wasn't it? You know what I mean? With Rose and Gerrard and that. So, like Craig, I would take that the betting as it stands with a pinch of salt.
No,
I think that's it, Daniel. That's what I was alluding to. There's probably X amount of number of seen that thing flying about on WhatsApp gone another fiver on, and the prices have contracted completely.
Aye, that's fair.
It's no big gauge to me.
We'll get some comments coming in on this as well. Rangers is okay says, I take it Kevin Thelwell, although he's working his notes at Everton just now, will be heavily involved in appointing a manager. We really need someone in early June to start clearing the squad. You mentioned a glamorous name there, Burnsy. Mourinho, the first choice, but Dyche will do a good job. So many comments coming in on Sean Dyche's voice, believe it or not. Patman says Dyche talks like Louis Armstrong sings, and Hoopsaholic follows up with, but unlike Louis Armstrong, Dyche won't have all the time in the world. This one as well, Swanee, I can't not put this up. The two deepest voices in the world. Imagine Gavin Berry interviewing Sean Dyche. And this final one from Danny.
This your love.
By Barry White.
This one from Danny, which is just incredibly harsh. I think Gravel Gob, avoid him like the plague. Jeez, I just think
that's harsh. We'll talk about Gav as if he's still here.
Sorry, Gav, if you're watching this. That was outrageous.
No, I'm not.
I just think he would make Rangers hard to beat again, but who knows?